guys present. This is Charlie. This is for you for raising $500,000. Yeah! Thank you.
Oh, look at this. How beautiful is this?
So my name is Charlie Elliott, and I was a patient at St Jude's Children's Hospital. So when I was 10 years old, I was diagnosed with a benign pituitary tumor called a craniopharyngioma. For anybody who does not know, your pituitary gland is located straight back from the bridge of your nose, right back here. So most of my tumor, named Tina by my brother, was removed by surgery at Yale. Unfortunately, they couldn't get all the tumor out. It was too risky. So my neurologist told us that I should get proton beam radiation at wherever I could. But there are only a few places on the East Coast that offer that specific type of radiation, and my family decided on St. Jude's.
So St. Jude was a wonderful place for us to go. We decided to go down when I got a phone call from her doctor at 10 p.m. one night, and that clinched the deal for us. That was when we knew we needed to go there. The very next day, I spoke to a nurse, I talked to patient services, we had flights, we had a place to stay, and they shared with us that Charlie would be going to school while she was down there. They covered everything for us.
So after a 2.5-hour flight, we arrived at Memphis Airport, and we were tired, we were hungry, stressed, and we see a man holding a sign that says St. Jude Shuttle Pickup, and it was just so helpful for him to be standing there, the sign with their names on it and everything.
You can imagine it was a little stressful traveling, finding out that we were going to be doing this. We traveled, there's no direct flights from where we lived down to Memphis, so it was an all-day travel. It was cruise season. We were about to embark on a 2-month medical adventure, so we wore masks down there. It was stressful traveling, but as soon as we got there, we saw our name on the sign. We got a shuttle to the hospital. We got a shuttle from the hospital to the hotel they have on campus. We were checked in. We had a pizza delivered to our room, and never once did I pulled out my credit card or anything else. It was just taken care of for you.
So for my radiation, they made the mask, and we just stretched the green plastic webbing over my face and head. And then every day after that, when I went to get my radiation, I would lay on the bed, the nurses would clip my head to the table, and the bed I was on would move into position, and they would shoot laser beams into my brain. So the good thing was that my machine was silent, so I was able to listen to audiobooks and music while I did it. And every day after that, after radiation, I had what I called my waffle face because of the pattern of the mask. It was just indented in my face. So not a lot of people have spent even 2 weeks in a major hospital. It's scary. It's scary for adults, it's scary for children. You're not supposed to pick favorites. Amy was my favorite. She was a child life specialist who helped me with blood draws, MRIs, radiation, whatever I needed, she would help me with. On the subject of blood draws, I don't like them. They freak me out. Before, during, and after my surgery, I needed a lot of blood draws. One common issue about children with craniopharyngiomas is that we can be really hard to stick, which means we have really small veins that really just don't like to have blood drawn from them. So that led to a lot of bad blood draw experiences, like the time at Yale when they tried to insert an IV 4 times and they still failed, so I had to go home and try again later. Amy later gave me strategies to help me calm down, like taking deep breaths and distracting myself. She even gave me like a squishy to stress on. Jackie, another child life specialist, helped me paint a blank wall in the hospital after a particularly rough day. Jenny, the receptionist, greeted us by name every morning when we walked in. Val told us stories while we waited for the doctor, and Nikki made us laugh in the waiting room.
Charlie remembers those people's names, and we do too, because they impacted us so much while we were down there. St. Jude gave us exactly what our family needed when we needed it. From the big stuff like a meal card to pay for meals when you're on campus, to Charlie receiving tutoring twice a week so she could keep up with her schoolwork, all the way down to the little stuff like a daily free snack bag, just listening to music on the jukebox. Everything we needed was there for us.
Some other cool stuff about St. Jude's is all the activities they arrange for us kids. I met Avery Bradley, who used to play for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jesse Holland, who wrote Black Panther. I missed Chadwick Boseman by a few weeks, and I'm totally over it. My favorite person to meet was my now best friend. We met at a preteen group and quickly found out that we had the same diagnosis, craniopharyngioma, same car, same birthday. We lived across the hall from each other at the Ronald McDonald House, and we even lived only 20 minutes away from each other back in Connecticut. We went to Graceland together, the zoo, we experienced Beale Street together, and only 100 people under the age of 18 are diagnosed with craniopharyngiomas per year. So it's really special that we met, and we always go to each other with questions about treatments or medicine. Some other cool events from St. Jude's come from the LSAC program. They had bingo nights with prizes like toys, books, and nail polish. I got so much nail polish from those bingo nights. They had karaoke, face painting, and lots of games. Because St. Jude's is so connected with the rest of Memphis, you could do a lot of cool stuff with just your St. Jude's Hospital band. I went to Graceland for free, the Pink Palace Museum. Most of the restaurants offered discounts. I went up the tallest elevator in the world, and it had an awesome view. I rode in horse-drawn carriages around the streets. I went to the Martin Luther King Museum. I went to the Children's Museum, and I saw giraffes at the zoo. I went to the Botanical Gardens, and some geese came up to us and were hissing at us, and it was terrifying. But I couldn't have done any of these really cool experiences without my hospital band. That's why it quickly became my radiation vacation. It's so easy to get wrapped up in treatments and medicine, and the staff is so good at distracting kids. So thank you. I'm really glad we chose St. Jude's over our other options. If we hadn't, I wouldn't have met Amy, met any of my new friends, gone to the zoo. I wouldn't have gotten all my nail polish. So thank you guys for coming and supporting St. Jude's. St. Jude's means so much to my family. Radiation is the only thing that keeps Tina from coming back. So thanks again for coming and giving me your time.
Thank you guys so much for coming and sharing your story. To know firsthand how much what we do here matters and what it means, I just can't tell you enough of that. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for giving me this. Thank you. We all did this together. This is all of us. All of us together. Every single one of us. We did this together. We got here together. There are thousands of people that helped us get together. Do this together. Thank you. I love you guys. Everyone who's ever been a part of this, I love you more than you could possibly understand. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This means the world to me. Whew, wow, okay. Let's get back to selling some